everyone, it's Kimberly Gendrella here, welcoming you to my hat room, or if you want to call it maybe a boudoir or a dressing room. And as you probably know, I am a milliner, hat maker here in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I just thought today, as I'm hanging around the house like most of you probably are, I would share with you some of my favorite hats that I've been working on and wearing and enjoying in the last few months. So we'll start with this one here. This hat is called a Scotty. It is a hat that I'm sure you've seen me wear before. It's a hat that I wear a lot. It's one of my favorite shapes, mostly because it's small. It could be worn day or evening, and it doesn't get in my way when I'm having to sew or work on other things, or look around. It's a nice petite style that's really, really functional. So this is called a cage veil, and a cage veil is any veiling that goes kind of like this, like a little bubble around your face. And this one has chenille dots, which are these little free dots that live on this veil. So here we go. This is my favorite hat right now. Next, this is the English riding hat. So it's a cousin to a top hat, tall crowned hat, very sassy. And this one I modeled after a Victorian vintage hat that I had seen. It has soutache ribbon and this beautiful vintage soutache embroidered netting. Here we have a completely different style. This we call the Fifi, and it is a very glam, kind of 40s, maybe a little 70s. It's a high crown fedora, and a fedora is a hat that has this pinch in the front, although this is an exaggerated crown. And the brim goes down in the front, up in the back, which is aerodynamic, and it also keeps the wind off your face without lifting the hat off your head. So I like this one particularly. I kind of styled it out. It's a little David Bowie kind of inspired. Some leopard print. And finally today, this is a fascinator. A fascinator is essentially any hat, well, not a hat, it's anything you wear on your head that's not a proper hat, meaning it doesn't cover the entire crown of your head. It's a decorative piece essentially, traditionally would have been an evening piece, but nowadays can be worn day or night in any kind of circumstance, just depending on how fancy you want to get. This one is really fun. I did a lot of hand cut, hand painted feathers, some chenille vintage netting, this beautiful chiffon and velvet flower. And the beauty, I think, in this one is that it's so monochromatic and tonal. So, there aren't all these elements that you're having to think about. There's a lot going on this hat, but because it's tonal, the structure and the textural differences are what really pop. So this is a great hat that I'm really enjoying. It's one of my latest creations. I hope you enjoy it as well. And in these dark days ahead, one of the best things to do for your mental health, for your psyche, just to feel a pick-me-up is to play dress up. Get dressed up. Put on, your fancy clothes, dance around your house, listen to some music, pretend it's a party. Right now, that's the one thing that I have that's keeping me going and keeping me positive and keeping me feeling creative and engaged, even if I'm not feeling particularly social. But I can make these videos for you when I get the chance, and perhaps I can show off some more of my creations. And if there's anything that you'd like to see or anything that you'd like me to talk about, feel free to DM me or post a comment, and I will definitely take it into consideration. Thank you, and have a great time, and happy COVID-cation. Bye.